it's really great to be in a conversation around kind of advancing that digital workforce. You know, there's a lot of people right now, they're trying to find their future in tech. Where do they fit in with that? I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. So I'm going to ask the three of you folks to introduce yourselves. So Aj, go ahead.
Sure. Ajay Pande, Director of Industry Engagement here at Kean College. And at Kean, we're looking at how AI and other technology are disrupting the way people do work, the way people deliver services and products and solutions. And so we're trying to help develop the digital workforce of the future, and by giving the skills that people need for the digital era. And so we'll talk about micro-credentials and stuff today, and some of the stuff that we're doing.
Fantastic. How about yourself?
Angelina Tilley. I'm a senior leader who's got about 20 years of experience. I've done risk management, internal audit, recently as an executive with corporate services. And so my interest in AI was really around it being for a while an emerging risk and now kind of an emerged thing that's here, and not really feeling like I was well educated on it. And so this course got my attention, and I'm really glad I did it.
And Andrew, you're on the screen. You're calling in remotely here. So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Well, thank you, Alan. My name is Andrew Mercer, and I teach the course here at Kean College. I teach the AI course. And I'm a teacher. I've been teaching online for a long time. I think I taught my first class online in the mid-90s. So I've been teaching online around Newfoundland and Labrador specifically in high school since the early 2000s. Wow. So I've been around tech a long time. So when I can see when things are starting to move in really positive ways, and AI is something that is moving in a very positive way.
Andrew, staying with you for a moment, tell me what digital transformation means to you.
Well, like I just said, I've been around a long time. You can see by the gray hair. I was around when the internet really first started coming on mainstream back in the early 90s, and we saw that there was a real transformation at that time. And the adoption rate was kind of slow because people didn't know what the internet was. These days, people are enabled. They have computers, they have phones, they have a way to access AI today. So the adoption rate's really fast. So that transformation is happening fast. But really important at the core of it, artificial intelligence, it's just a computer system that's been trained to understand a large amount of information. So it's been trained to understand basically most of what we've done since the beginning of human history. So when we talk about transformation, if whatever your job is, whatever your hobby is, your career, your interests, AI has been trained on that. So when you talk about you personally transferring, like you becoming something, improving, changing skills, well, AI has been trained on that because it's been trained on pretty much everything. So it's as an agent for digital change, AI is fantastic.
I want to tell you, your explanation is fantastic. Almost makes you want to do this course, you know. But you speak so eloquently about it. But to me, you have a great digital literacy, I'll say, for sure. And so, Aj, talk to me a little bit about what digital literacy means right now.
It means different things in different sectors. So we're seeing different things across. So for instance, within the technology sector, the tech and L community, digital literacy is really about enabling their teams to be able to create products and services that are competitive, have the skill sets to really drive change and develop solutions that are globally having an impact. Now, we look to other jurisdictions as well, in other sectors. Digital literacy can mean in areas like municipalities in Newfoundland and Labrador, for instance, it's around cybersecurity, having the skill sets to protect themselves, having skill sets like with artificial intelligence, understanding there's a lot of concern, like is artificial intelligence going to take over my job? Is artificial intelligence ethically okay? And what we're doing with this course, and I'm excited to take the course, but what we're doing at a high level is really empowering people to leverage the benefit of AI. So that spans across different sectors and means different things.
So let's dive into the course for a second. The course comes under this heading of kind of micro-credentials. Now, a lot of people aren't going to know what that means or how that looks or how they, how they get access to that. now you've just gone through the program, right? You just finished, right? So tell me then, from somebody who's just went through it, give me a synopsis of what a micro credential is from somebody who just finished it.
What I really liked about the format is that it was quick. So this isn't a program that's going to take you 6 months or a year to finish, but it was quite comprehensive, and we did go through, you know, I felt like walking away, I had a really good understanding of some of the basic language when you're talking about artificial intelligence, some of the opportunities that it presents, a lot of the opportunities it presents. We talked a lot as well about ethics. We talked about what tools are out there, the different types of tools, you know, the text, image, video, AI-enabled tools that are starting to emerge. So in a very short period of time, you get a really good overview of the landscape, the industry, and you know, Andrew did an exceptional job, I think, of getting us excited about it,
Right.
while also balancing that with, you know, we have to talk a lot about some of the things like ethics. So we talked a lot about, you know, I felt it was a very, very balanced view.
Right. Andrew, over to you now again. Now, you've seen a lot of people come through your program. You know, you're eager. I can tell by your smile, you're very passionate about this. So you're eager to kind of to train more people in this. Tell me from your perspective, what does that ideal candidate look like to take this course?
Well, Al, that's a really good question. Angelina is far too kind, but you know, it's a really good question. I was saying earlier about how AI has been trained on the majority of the knowledge that we have in our recorded history. So because it's been trained on every aspect of who we are as humans, all of our careers, all of our hobbies, all of our interests, our disciplines, really it's very broad. Now, I will say that the thing that really excites me about that is the equity, because there's a lot of equality in AI, because no matter who you are out there in your discipline that you're in, you have access to such a powerful new tool to help you refocus or improve or change directions in whatever way you personally feel is fit for you. So in the question of who's the best candidate, boy, that's a big question. Everybody, it's a big one. It's a wide one. I think that there's a lot of people that can really benefit from it in lots of ways. But I will also say that the question of, we mentioned ethics already in here, and that's at the core of, I think that's at the core of how we should all consider how we are going to interact with AI. I believe that if we're informed, then we'll have better understanding of how we can, number one, use it, and number two, how do we want it being used in our society? So there's some big global questions about how we want the AI to be used, because, as I said, it's so vast in its scope that it affects every aspect of what we do and our work, our personal lives. So we need to have a good understanding of it so we can make solid decisions about it on a personal level, on our professional level, and on a society level.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds wide open, and it sounds like it's a type of thing that everybody could find their place in there, which leads me to the question, Aj, how do people get access to this? How do they go about finding it, and how much does something like this cost? Because it sounds expensive.
Yeah, it's easy to get access to this. You just go to our website, you'll see that pop up on the screen. You basically go and apply for the course. Now, the great thing about this course, and like Andrew was saying, like when we look at the data, it's going across all sectors. It's the fastest selling course that we have. The course typically would cost $3,000, but through the Find Your Future in Tech program, it's free today. And that's amazing. That's a great initiative by the government of Canada through TechNL and other partners. It is expiring on March 31st, so we have limited seats left, and because this has been the fastest selling one of the things we want to articulate to everybody is, and to the community, if you're interested in this, please take advantage right now, because you can access it for free. And I think all the feedback we've gotten from anybody that's done the course, like yourself, Angelina, it's been a really good experience, a great journey, but also a great way to look at both personal growth and growth in your career. So I think it's an opportunity now, but again, there's a limited number of seats, so take advantage.
Angelina, and I guess I'll throw that last kind of question to you. And I now understand what this is all about, and I even understand how you go about doing it and how you get access to it. But I guess my question is a much bigger one, and that is, why? What gets you up in the morning and makes you passionate about doing this?
I think for me, with kind of a background in risk management and a background in leadership, it was something that was coming really quickly at us that I really couldn't speak to. So that's kind of where my interest started. But after doing the course, I mean, it kind of sparks all kinds of curiosity. So, you know, I've already been able to build a couple of custom GPTs in Chat GPT that are making, you know, things like policy writing, things like research, just so much faster and easier, and the output in the product is quite good. So now it's kind of, I would say the micro-credential, I don't know if you'd agree that this is fair, Andrew, is broader than it is deep. And so now, you know, I'm kind of inspired and interested to really go deep in a couple of areas and continue to use how to harness the power responsibly.
Well, I appreciate it. Now that you've kind of thrown a bit of thrown it over to Andrew for a second. In many cultures, of course, as we'll know, that, you know, your parents are kind of number one in the hierarchy, but right below your parents are your teachers, right? And your teachers are very important in the hierarchy of your life. So, Andrew, I guess you get the last comment today. What's your why?
Well, like you said, I'm a teacher, and I've been teaching in Newfoundland and Labrador for 27 years. It seems so long, but it's flown by. But the thing that I've seen in all my years teaching is that in all throughout society we have need, and AI is all about equality. It's all about filling little gaps that exist in people's in their personal lives, filling little gaps that exist in their careers. So it's so easy to upscale, to upscale in your skills. It's so easy to take advantage of this new technology. So for me, what makes me really excited, what makes me want to get up every morning and do some more work on AI, is because I see this as an enabling tool that's going to change the lives of everybody that gets involved with it, embraces it. So that's really exciting to me. That's what keeps me going, is being able to offer this empowering tool to students to change their lives.